Have you ever felt as though you are swimming against an relentless current? Battling against circumstances, pushing against obstacles, only to find yourself exhausted and adrift? Does your heart often feel heavy, burdened by the rigid expectations of the world, or the unyielding demands you place upon yourself? Many of us, in this swirling vortex of modern life, find ourselves trapped in a constant state of resistance. We grip tightly to control, to outcomes, to ideas of how things should be. And in this desperate hold, we often lose our way, our inner peace slipping through our fingers like fine sand. But what if I told you that the ancient masters, the Taoist sages, the philosophers of old, had already unveiled the profound secret to navigate this tumultuous journey? What if the path to true freedom, to a heart unburdened and truly at peace, lies not in force, but in fluidity? Today, we will delve into the timeless wisdom of the Tao, exploring principles that will guide you to cultivate a heart that flows like water. For it is in embracing the essence of water, adaptable, humble, powerful in its gentleness, that we find the true current of life, the Tao itself. Principle 1. Embrace fluidity and yielding. The first truth: a heart that flows like water knows when to yield. Water does not resist the path set before it. It simply flows around, over, or through obstacles, always finding its way. This is the essence of Ziran, spontaneity and naturalness. It is about aligning with the inherent order of things, rather than imposing your will upon them. The allegory of the reed and the oak. Consider a mighty oak tree, standing tall and unyielding in a fierce storm. It resists the wind with all its strength, stubbornly holding its ground. Yet, when the tempest reaches its peak, the oak may snap and fall. Beside it, a humble reed bends with every gust, swaying gracefully, seemingly weak. But when the storm passes, the reed stands unbroken, having yielded to the very force that shattered the oak. Modern application. How often do we act like the oak, rigidly clinging to our plans, our expectations, our need to be right? When faced with unexpected changes at work, difficult personal relationships, or unforeseen setbacks, do we stubbornly resist, causing ourselves immense stress and emotional breakage? The wisdom of the reed, of the flowing water, teaches us flexibility. When confronted with an unyielding obstacle, ask yourself, can I yield? Can I adapt? Can I find a new path around this challenge, rather than breaking myself against it? Observe your resistance and gently guide your heart to bend. Principle 2. Achieve effortless action. The second truth: a heart that flows like water acts without striving, achieving all. Water moves ceaselessly, yet it does so with no apparent effort. It fills every hollow, carves canyons over eons, and nourishes life, all through its inherent nature, not by brute force. This is the profound paradox of Wu Wei, effortless action or non-action. It is not about idleness, but about acting in harmony with the natural rhythm, without undue tension or forced exertion. The allegory of the Butcher Ding. In the Zhuangzi, there is the story of Butcher Ding, who effortlessly cut up oxen for the Lord. His knife never dulled, for he found the natural spaces, the gaps in the joints, and moved with them, rather than forcing his blade through bone. He followed the natural grain, never meeting resistance. Modern application. In our modern pursuit of success, we often believe more effort equals more reward. We push ourselves to burnout, believing we must force every outcome. Yet, like Butcher Ding, true mastery, and often greater achievement, comes from understanding the flow of a situation and acting in alignment with it. When you feel overwhelmed by a task, are you forcing it? Can you step back, observe the natural flow, and find the gaps in the problem? Seek to find your rhythm, your key flowing smoothly, and act from a place of natural ease, not strained exertion. This allows you to conserve your precious life energy and achieve more with less struggle. Principle 3. Cultivate humble presence. The third truth. A heart that flows like water seeks the lowest place, and thus becomes powerful. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching says, "The highest good is like water. Water benefits all things without striving. It dwells in places others disdain. Therefore, it is close to the Tao. Water finds its way to the lowest points, collecting and nourishing all it touches, embodying profound humility and generative power." The allegory of the valley spirit. The Taoist concept of the valley spirit refers to the mysterious, fertile void at the heart of existence, often likened to the humble, receptive valley that draws all things to it and gives birth to life. It is the emptiness that makes the vessel useful. Modern application. In our competitive world, we are often encouraged to seek the highest positions, to assert dominance, to always be on top. Yet this striving can lead to isolation and fragility. The humility of water teaches us the power of receptivity, of listening, of valuing contribution over control. When you find yourself in conflict, can you be like the valley, open to understanding, rather than like the peak, insisting on your view? In leadership, can you serve from a place of humility, allowing others to flourish around you? By letting go of the need for constant elevation, you become a deep well, capable of holding and nurturing far more. Principle 4. Find clarity in stillness. The fourth truth. A heart that flows like water, when still, reflects the world with perfect clarity. Though water is fluid, its greatest power of perception comes when it is at rest. A still pond mirrors the sky, the trees, and the very moon with unwavering precision. A turbulent surface distorts everything. This stillness is Jing, profound inner quiet. The allegory of the turbid water. Imagine a bowl of muddy water. If you stir it constantly, it remains cloudy and opaque. But if you leave it undisturbed, the sediment slowly settles and the water becomes clear, allowing you to see to its depths. Modern application. Our minds, constantly agitated by thoughts, worries, and external stimuli, often resemble turbulent water. We cannot see our true path, nor the solutions to our problems, through this mental fog. To cultivate Jing, we must intentionally cease our incessant stirring. Practice moments of silence each day, simply observing your breath, your sensations. When your thoughts arise, acknowledge them, but gently let them settle, like sediment. This practice allows your inner wisdom to surface, providing clarity, insight, and a stable center from which to act. Find your center, your quiet core. Principle 5. Embrace the power of softness. The fifth truth. A heart that flows like water embodies the harmony of yin and yang, soft yet infinitely strong. Water is soft, yielding, formless, adapting to any container. These are its yin qualities. Yet over time, this very softness can carve the hardest rock, erode mountains, and become an unstoppable flood. This is its yang, its immense, gentle power. True peace comes from recognizing and integrating these complementary opposites within oneself. The allegory of the spring rain. The gentle spring rain seems insignificant, falling softly drop by drop. Yet this persistent, soft descent collectively nourishes vast fields, fills rivers, and brings life back to the earth, achieving a transformation far greater than any single forceful downpour. Modern application. We often perceive strength as rigidity, as an unyielding will, but the wisdom of water and the principle of yin-yang teaches us that immense power also resides in softness, adaptability, and persistence. Are you always pushing, always being hard in your interactions? Can you find strength in vulnerability, in empathy, in listening? Can you be both firm in your values and flexible in your approach? By embracing this duality, you become more resilient, capable of navigating life's challenges with both gentle adaptability and unwavering resolve. Principle 6. Flow with the great river of life. The sixth truth. A heart that flows like water remembers its connection to the great river, the Tao. Water, whether a raindrop, a stream, or a vast ocean, is always part of the larger whole, constantly moving towards its source and its destination. It never questions its purpose or its journey. It simply flows. This constant, interconnected flow is the essence of the Tao, the allegory of the river's journey. A small mountain spring begins its journey, flowing downhill, joining other streams, becoming a river, and eventually merging with the vast ocean. It encounters rocks, rapids, calm pools, and winding turns, but it never stops flowing towards its natural destination. It does not cling to any part of its journey, but embraces the entire process. Modern application. In life, we often get stuck in specific moments, clinging to successes or regretting failures. We fear change and resist the natural progression of events. The wisdom of the river reminds us that life is a continuous journey of transformation. Let go of past burdens. They are simply water that has flowed by. Do not fear the unknown future. It is simply the next bend in the river. Embrace the present moment as a part of this grand flow. By trusting this larger process, your heart can release the weight of control and flow effortlessly with the Tao, finding profound peace in every step of your unique journey. These 6 principles, drawn from the wellspring of ancient wisdom, offer a timeless guide to cultivating a heart that truly flows like water. They remind us that true strength lies not in resistance, but in yielding, not in forcing, but in finding the natural rhythm, and not in rigidity, but in embracing the boundless adaptability of water. Embrace these teachings. Observe the subtle flow of your ki. Find your balance in the dance of yin-yang. Act with wu-wei, and let your heart become clear through Jing. Seek Ziran, and always remember your connection to the Tao. Hold this moment. Feel the gentle current within you. Let your heart flow like water, adaptable, humble, and infinitely powerful. May you find your true path, guided by the timeless wisdom of the sages in every step of your journey.